Yo, what is up guys, Digirex here, and today I'm coming at you with another video, and today we are going to be doing a review on the legendary fusion rifle within Rise of Iron, Saladin's Vigil. So now you actually get this fusion rifle from completing Archon's Forge victories, and there's really no way of knowing when you're going to get this. It's just a random drop at the end of any Archon's Forge match. So you can get this, you can get Sniper, and then there's sets of armor that you can get from Archon's Forge. And honestly, I think this is probably the best thing you can get from Archon's Forge. This fusion rifle is actually a beast in PvP and even PvE, and I'll be doing a review on PvP first, and then a PvE second. It's all going to be in this one video. We're just going to show PvP gameplay first, talk about it in PvP, and then we're going to switch on over to PvE. So now the role I got was performance bonus, which is pretty good for any special weapon you get a kill, can give you bonus special ammo. I also got battle runner, but I think performance bonus is probably the better perk for this. You got snapshot or accelerated coils. So I will get into accelerated coils in a minute, but I just have snapshot on right now. This doesn't really help fusion rifles too much. And then we got hand laid stock or perfect balance, so I went for hand laid stock. So now this is kind of iffy. So hand laid stock, as you see, I almost have max stability on the weapon. But if I were to run perfect balance, then I'd have more range, but a lot less stability. So I chose to go for the hand-laid stock for the increased stability. I don't know if this is the best thing I could have done, but it's what I chose to do. And then we're running accurized ballistics for the barrel. And now, what I wanted to get in with accelerated coils is that this is a different archetype than Plan C. It has slightly more impact with less of a charge rate. And then we have the Thesson FR4, which was my fusion rifle in the Taken King. I absolutely love this thing, this Avalon fusion rifle. That came with the gunsmith, and so this also has hand-laid stock on it, but this can reach max stability, so it has a little more stability and a little more charge rate, but a little less impact and a little less range. But you could run accelerated coils to make it more like Plan C or Thesson FR4 in this archetype, because this has slow charge rate and large impact, and you can change it to however you want, but I'm just going to show you guys of some clips of mapping people in the Crucible because of this impact and charge rate, and I don't think you have to run accelerated coils if you get used to timing this charge rate. So guys, we are going to get right in gameplay. We're going to start with PvP. Let's get right into this review. Alright guys, so we are going to be jumping right into PvP here, and first of all, I just want to say, since this is a higher impact fusion rifle, you can hit people from very far away. But the downside to this higher impact fusion rifle is that you do need to charge your time ups smartly. You can't just, if you're used to Plan C, you know you can just whip it out and shoot because of the Plan C perk and because of its lower charge rate. Well, you can't do that with this. You have to charge it. So charge it before you go around corners would be my tip to you, just like in this clip here. As you see in a second here, I'll charge it and then I'll walk around the corner because I know he's approaching charge before I go around the corner. And then there, once I map it, that's the advantage of having the higher impact, because that kill was actually pretty insane for a fusion rifle. That is why fusion rifles are good in the Crucible. People just don't really realize. But okay, pertaining to this gun, I'm getting off topic. Pertaining to this weapon, it is super high impact, so you will have to charge your or time your charges, but you can also make some pretty good plays with it. Now I'm starting to prefer this archetype of fusion rifle just because of some of the distance you can get on people and some of the plays you can make with this fusion rifle. So now this is an excellent counter to shotguns. First of all, you probably want a fusion rifle with a little less charge time to counter if you're looking for a good counter for shotguns. But this just makes a good mid-ranged weapon that is not a sidearm, because sidearms don't have the fastest time to kill. You have to be pretty accurate with this. You do have to be fairly accurate with the fusion rifle, especially Saladin's Vigil, because of its higher impact. You can't fire off multiple shots really in one engagement. You normally want to end the engagement with one shot, one kill. That is probably the best for this, because you most likely won't have enough time to put a follow-up shot in them. So now, with this roll in Saladin's Vigil, and with a lot of rolls that are dropping, this has nearly perfect stability, so you really don't need to worry about stability. You can shoot at their feet and it'll be just fine. That's what I would recommend with most fusion rifles, to shoot it near the feet, near the center of mass. Do not shoot at the head because, you know, fusion rifles don't get precision shots, so there's no really need to. And the recoil will kick right up if you aim at their feet, right in their chest and legs, and kill them with that. So, with this fusion rifle, you can kind of, as you see in this gameplay here, I'm pairing it with my God Roll Devils, you know, which I can do a video on if you guys want me to. It's a pretty dank hand cannon, but I'm pairing it with a hand cannon because I know that I can engage enemies at mid or even do some damage at long range with this weapon. So if I was using a shotgun, I would obviously pair it with something like a pulse rifle, just because I want a mid-range and a long-range sort of like loadout, so to where I can engage enemies at pretty much any range, mid-range, long-range, or short range. With this fusion rifle, you can engage people pretty much short range, medium range, and I wouldn't say you could get kills at long range, but you could definitely do some serious damage. So as you see here, I'm pairing it with the hand cannon, using the hand cannon for more closer range, and the fusion rifle for more medium range engagements. And honestly, you could pair this with a few things. I think a hand cannon personally is the best. You could pair it with an auto rifle if you have a good auto rifle. Some of the auto rifles within Rise of Iron are pretty decent. You could pair it with that. You could pair it with I wouldn't recommend pairing it with a pulse rifle, because then you really don't have anything to counter those tough shotgun rushers. Because of this charge time on this fusion rifle, you really don't have the best shotgun counter. You still do have a okay shotgun counter, just not the best. And most likely a hand cannon you want to pair this with, to be honest. And honestly, this fusion rifle rips it up in the Crucible. I'm sure you've seen other YouTubers use it. Most people are turning to this thing because it is one of the better fusion rifles of Rise of Iron. And other fusion rifles that are in Rise of Iron really don't compare to this. Some of the other fusion rifles that, the 7.7 Wizard was brought back in Rise of Iron. There's the Iron Banner fusion rifle. There's the Scout, or not the Scout, what am I talking about? The Trials of Osiris fusion rifle, which is one of those mid-impact ones. And this is really one of the ones that just packs a punch and makes a notable stand just because of its super long-range capabilities, because of the high impact. And a few of these PvP clips here I was pretty proud of, just because I was mapping people. Like, some of these kills are just crazy you can get with this, and it does come with it's like the Iron Banner sights pretty much. This is kind of a weird sight. I use the sight a lot on fusion rifles actually, because if you try to hip fire it, it's not always the best. But a lot of the time I will go hip fire if people are getting up close. Most of the time you don't want to do that, so you can't pick from your sight, so this is a set sight. However, you can pick from the barrels, so if you have a different preference on what kind of thing you want for your barrel, you can pick that. It kind of stinks that you can't pick the sight. I wish you could pick the sight on more fusion rifles, but this is just one you can't, because it's just too unique for that kind of stuff. But this sight isn't terrible. I kind of like it. It's just kind of a simplistic sight for this fusion rifle, and it goes pretty well in PvP. I would say there's definitely better sights you could have on a fusion rifle, but this one is pretty dang good. This sight does feel more like an auto rifle sight though. Moving on to PvE, this weapon is pretty good in PvE for a fusion rifle. And when I say for a fusion rifle, PvE really gets dominated by all other special weapons. Mostly snipers are super good in PvE for DPS on bosses, or even like adds. You can do massive DPS if you just need to kill stuff in one shot. Or shotguns are really good for PvE because you can take out people, or you can take out stronger adds. If you have a full auto shotgun, you can just spray and take down stronger adds pretty easily. So now the reason I say that this fusion rifle is good is good for PvE, because this has high impact, so you are naturally doing more DPS per shot. Even though it does take longer to charge up, you're still getting more damage per second per fusion rifle shot, so technically you're saving ammo, you're doing more DPS per shot, and special ammo is pretty valuable in PvE. I mean, I doubt you're going to be using this in any raid or any super tough PvE activity, but say if you're just grinding strikes or something like that, then this is definitely a good choice if you want to rock a fusion rifle. Now, I talked about sights and stuff already. This doesn't change anything for PvE. You probably don't need to aim down sights as much in PvE, and this is a good, fusion rifles are actually a good counter for exploding shanks. As you saw a little bit earlier in this gameplay, I was killing the exploding shanks, and when you kill them with the fusion rifle, they actually don't explode, they just kind of disintegrate into nothingness, like all other fusion rifle things. And as you see here, I'm using Archon's Forge gameplay, because this is where you obtain this fusion rifle, so I've done a ton of rounds of Archon's Forge, and I've obtained one of these, and I'm happy that it was the roll that it is. But yeah, guys, that is probably going to wrap it up, because I don't have too much to talk about for PvE, just because it's a fusion rifle. Fusion rifles aren't that good for PvE, but I gave my review. I think this is a pretty good fusion rifle overall, especially for PvP. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more Overwatch and Destiny content, or if you like big titties. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This has been Digirex with a Saladin's Vigil review. Hope you guys have a good day. Peace.